Machine Translation Module, second version, June 2012. First, let's have a look at the various machine translation providers available in Déjà Vu. You can select a provider in Tools, Options, Machine Translation. There are now 5 machine translation providers integrated into Déjà Vu X2. For Google Translate, you need to create a Google account. Google will provide you with a key and will charge you on a monthly basis. The cost is directly related to your use on a basis of €20 per million characters entered in your Google Translate account. In order to use Systran Enterprise Server's powerful translation engine, enter your Systran Server client credentials. To get your client ID and client secret for the Microsoft Translator, you must sign up on the Azure Data Market. The service is free for the first 2 million characters per month. If you want to use your own engine with Microsoft Translator Hub, select your category ID here. In order to use the iTranslate4 solution, create an account on itranslate4.eu and order an API key. There are several offers, starting with 1 million characters for €7. In order to use the ProMT solution, specify the URL of your ProMT Translation Server 9.5 installed on your LAN. Then, choose the language pairs and the template. For the sake of this presentation, we will use Systran Enterprise Server. We will first use machine translation at pre-translation level. We will show the different functionalities and options step by step. In the first scenario, we configure Déjà Vu to use machine translation for entire segments where neither exact nor fuzzy matches can be found. The purple color in the status bars indicates a machine-translated segment. In the second scenario, Déjà Vu will use the DeepMiner statistical extraction to repair the fuzzy matches. In other words, DeepMiner analyzes the attached databases to statistically infer the best translation for the parts that need to be replaced in order to repair the fuzzy match. Note that here, only the Déjà Vu databases are used and no text comes from machine translation. Repaired segments are identified with the repaired icon. This segment has been repaired with the TM. Easy can be found in the TM. Déjà Vu deduces that it is likely to be translated as facile. The word is underlined in blue since DeepMiner extracts several possibilities. This segment has been repaired with the term base. Software is translated as logiciel in the term base attached to the project. This segment has been repaired with the lexicon of this project, where consistency is translated as cohérence. Here, your team is nowhere to be found in the translation memory, term base, or lexicon. This fuzzy match could not be repaired with the existing databases, which brings us to the third scenario. In this scenario, fuzzy matches will be repaired with both DeepMiner and machine translation. Note that with both options enabled, DeepMiner statistical extraction will always have priority over machine-translated portions. This is because we consider that material from Déjà Vu databases is of higher quality. The results are the same, except that the segment has been repaired using machine translation. The portion Your Team was sent to the machine translation provider and returned as Votre équipe. In the fourth scenario, Déjà Vu will trigger the Assemble feature, which is used when there are no matches, in order to combine portions from the translation memory the term base, the lexicon, and machine translation. As you see, the segment has been assembled, and the flag indicates how. A match repaired with machine translation will usually be better than a normal fuzzy match, and better than an entire machine-translated segment. Your own data is considered to be of higher quality and will always have priority over the machine translation results. We will now have a look at the different ways to use machine translation on the fly during the translation process. Let's begin with the Auto Search option. You can display machine translation results in the Auto Search window. To do so, click on Tools, Options, and go to the Environment tab. Here, you can choose to display machine translation results for the whole segment only if there are no matches from the translation memory, or only if there are no exact matches from the translation memory, or always. Before choosing always, keep in mind that some machine translation providers will charge you for each translation you request from their engine. This is why, when activating the auto search, the option by default is when there are no matches from the translation memory. For the sake of this presentation, we will choose the option only if there are no exact matches from the translation memory. Machine translation results now appear in the auto search window. To insert a machine translated segment, just double-click on it. Your machine translation provider appears on the bottom left corner of the window. You can also press Ctrl 2, or the corresponding number of the auto search entry, if you prefer using the keyboard instead of the mouse. The same set of options shown in the pre-translation section is available in the general settings. Let's illustrate this with auto-assemble when validating a segment. First, we go to Tools, Options, General to activate Assemble as shown. Then, we activate Auto-Assemble in the Environment tab. The next time you validate a segment by pressing Ctrl down arrow, or to the next non-finished segment with Alt down arrow, Déjà Vu will automatically assemble the segment for you. Machine translation shortcuts on the fly calls. Ctrl G automatically calls and inserts the machine translation for the current segment, even if it is not displayed in the auto search window. Ctrl Shift G allows you to edit the selected portion of text before it gets sent to the machine translation provider. You can also post-edit the translation directly in this window before inserting it into the translation grid. More e-learning modules on www.atril.com.